I walked into Send Help with zero expectations. All I really knew was that Sam Raimi was behind it and that Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien were co-starring. I had a feeling it'd be something wild, but honestly, what unfolded on screen was even more chaotic and strangely delightful than I anticipated. Raimi doesn't just direct this movie, he owns it. It feels like him in the purest sense. Twisted humor, sudden bursts of gore, and a kind of storytelling that feels both playful and sharply mean at the same time. The premise is simple on paper. Two co-workers survive a plane crash and end up stranded on a deserted island. But Raimi turns that simplicity into something that's part survival drama, part black comedy, and part horror show playground. It's like watching Castaway collide with Misery while someone sprays absurdity into every frame. Rachel McAdams absolutely owns this film. Her character, Linda, starts off quiet, overlooked, almost invisible, the kind of person you'd step over in an office hallway without a second glance. But stranded on this island with Bradley, her obnoxious, sexist boss who still can't read the room even as he's covered in muck, she gradually blossoms into something fierce, unpredictable, and thrilling to watch. McAdams carries so much of this movie on her shoulders, and she transforms right before your eyes in a way that's deeply entertaining. Dylan O'Brien, as Bradley, plays the perfect foil. Charming until he isn't, funny until it turns ugly, and always biting off more than he can chew. Their dynamic is tense, hilarious, and sometimes downright uncomfortable, which feels entirely intentional. You never quite know whether to laugh, cringe, or wince, and that uncertainty is one of the film's greatest strengths. The pacing surprised me. The first act hooks you with tension and unpredictability. Then there's this stretch in the middle where you almost forget you're watching a horror movie, because it leans into character and psychological bickering more than jump scares. Some might find that slow or oddly gentle, especially if they expected non-stop terror. It's playful, even flirty with its own absurdity, before it gets downright bloody again. And yes, the gore is there, in true Raimi fashion, but it doesn't always feel as raw or terrifying as it could be. There are moments that play more like dark punchlines than pure horror, which for me worked, but I could also see some fans of straight-up horror feeling a bit let down. The movie almost feels too clever for its own good, flirting with silly more often than it dives into truly chilling territory. Visually, the film can be a mixed bag. Some of the effects lean into practical chaos in fun ways, but a few CG moments come off a bit flat, like someone tried too hard to keep the energy up with a digital trick that doesn't quite land. Still, that's almost part of the charm here. It never takes itself too seriously, and Raimi seems to enjoy reminding us that movies are supposed to be fun even when they're gruesome. By the time you hit the final act, the tone snaps back into focus. Fast, fierce, and full of moments you'll be talking about on the way home. Whether it's the absurdity of a fight over a promotion turning into literal survival tactics, or the way McAdams' Linda just will not back down, the conclusion feels earned and strangely satisfying. In the end, Send Help isn't your typical horror movie, nor is it a standard comedy or survival drama. It's this weird, gleeful mashup that reminds you exactly why Raimi became a cult favorite in the first place. It's messy, it's funny, it's gross, and it's unpredictable. And if you let it, it might just be one of the most entertaining movie experiences of the year.